my...
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Welcome back. I've got some really exciting news when it comes to cryptocurrency, Google, and Facebook. And of course, I've got a Bitcoin market update with some other top news stories. But I promise you, you don't want to miss this news about Google and Facebook regarding crypto. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every day. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and set alerts. Let's go ahead and get into it. This first story is from Decrypt, and unfortunately, it's not a positive one, but we have to talk about it because we have to keep you guys safe. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak lawsuit over YouTube Bitcoin scams dismissed. The Apple co-founder lost his lawsuit against YouTube over fraudulent videos that used Wozniak to promote fake Bitcoin giveaways. A California court ruled in favor of YouTube in a lawsuit filed by Steve Wozniak. The scam videos used Apple co-founder's images to convince users that he was conducting a Bitcoin giveaway. You will see these a lot on YouTube, and it is very frustrating. It is annoying, and a lot of times, a lot of you are getting got. I know that it seems amazing that people are giving away these massive amounts of Bitcoin, different things like that. But let's go ahead and break this down. When you see a well-known figure like Steve Wozniak, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, etc., and you're seeing these random accounts live stream these old speeches, it is 100% a scam. Nobody is really giving away anything. There's always some sort of information, something required to receive. And in these particular cases, do not tune into these. Block and report these accounts. You don't want this stuff on your feed. As far as this decision by California courts, it's very upsetting because at the end of the day, all it's doing is not keeping people safe. And it's very upsetting that YouTube continues to let this happen. Either way, you guys, this was a good opportunity for us to talk about what to stay away from. Stay away from these live streams that are using old speeches, old content of very well-known figures and are promising sick gains. Anytime you're being promised sick gains, it's generally a scam. This next story is more of a observation, and it comes from The Long View over on Twitter. They tweeted, TikTok is now getting more screen time than Facebook in the US. This is very important to note. And the reason why it's important to note is because TikTok has come a long way. It's not just silly dances and kids doing goofy pranks. There's a lot of educational content posted there. I make a lot of content there, and I do my best to provide accurate information. We cover the news there, we cover charts, we cover different projects. And it's also important to note that a lot of crypto marketing is starting to take place on TikTok, and I advise all of my clients to start marketing there, to have an account, to have a presence. To me, it's more transparent. I actually like to see this. I'm here for it, and I think that the crypto markets can actually do very good work over on TikTok by creating educational videos, similarly to what I've done. Not really a news story, but something to point out. The best part about central banking and the Fed is that elites can keep saying they won't tax the middle class and the poor, then they just print more money like crazy, effectively taxing the middle class and the poor. This comes from Tim Pool. And this is very important to note, because the central bank and the Fed and the elites, everybody that controls Wall Street, traditional finance, they're saying they're here for the people, and they really aren't. Because what they're doing is they may not be raising taxes and they may want to be taxing the rich, but realistically, with inflation and the fact that they continue to print more and more money without having an actual budget to say exactly where it's going, but they're just printing money without any plan of paying it back and whatnot. And I understand there's more different types of economics that go into that, but realistically, in your household, if you want to buy something, you budget for it. You don't just put it on a credit card. Well, you shouldn't just be putting it on a credit card. You should be budgeting for it. You should be planning when you can pay it back if you do in fact need to put it on a credit card. And that's all fine and dandy, but the United States government doesn't do that. They just print more money. So pay very close attention to what is happening. Follow the money, and there's different ways that you can opt out of the traditional financial system. One of the ways I do this is I opt out with Bitcoin. This is the big story I'm excited to talk to you guys about. Google clarifies ad rules for cryptocurrency exchanges' wallets. Exchanges will have to reapply for certification under new rules later this year. So back in the past, Google and Facebook said, nope, you cannot advertise on Facebook or Google. If you're a crypto company, we don't want you. It's not going to happen, which is really, really hurtful to the crypto industry because no matter how you go about it, everything needs marketing. Marketing is a way to get your message across, and there's different types of marketing. And when it comes to Bitcoin, there is no team for Bitcoin. It's just the people that support Bitcoin. So now Google plans to update their advertising policy for crypto-related services. US crypto exchanges and wallets will need to meet strict criteria for certification. Personally, I think that Facebook is going to follow this. I think that things are going to change, and especially with the last logo that we looked at showing how TikTok has surpassed Facebook, Google doesn't want to get left behind. TikTok is a great place to advertise and to work, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out and what type of stipulations and regulations that they're going to make, that they're going to create, and what kind of stipulations that they are also going to create for crypto companies. Either way, I'm here for it 100%. All right, this next story is from Cointelegraph. Specialized workforce needed as crypto and blockchain courses enter college. I think it's absolutely amazing that we're starting to see crypto courses and blockchain courses enter colleges. However, a lot of the colleges that are listed in this article are very expensive colleges. They're not community colleges. Ideally, I think cryptocurrency, blockchain technology should be taught starting in junior high because that's when our minds are starting to develop. And I also want to see them done in community colleges. Another thing, yes, it is important to get an education, but I don't necessarily think you need a college degree in cryptocurrency or blockchain to work in the field. Yes, more and more companies are going to be interested in hiring people for that. So if you need to get a degree, I'm not faulting you for it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just think that there's a lot of opportunity in crypto to learn now, and you don't necessarily have to pay these prices to go ahead and get this education. So I think this is a good thing. I think it's great for adoption, but at the same time too, I would like to really see this start in junior high and not top tier colleges. This is our Bitcoin 4-hour chart. But before we take a look at the 4-hour, I just want to show you guys the daily. So we got the bull cross presented on the MACD, which occurred back around May 28th. Now, we saw a retest, a breakout about $37,000, which was my vibe and consolidate range. And right now, we're looking pretty good on the daily as we are above $37,000. If we can sustain this, I'm happy. It's looking good that we're going to retest 42,000. One thing I will note is that we talked about a potential pullback around 39,000 to about 40,000 where this area of resistance is, and that ended up happening. We're having issues breaking it. The next area of resistance, once we're able to successfully flip 39,000, is going to be about $41,000, $42,000. Now, on our 4-hour chart here, it is showing that we're starting to get a little bit of a pullback. I went ahead and drew this for symmetrics. It's generally called an ascending wedge. And what happens with ascending wedges, price goes up and then it drops down. So what may happen here, it's looking like we're starting to lose support of 38,000, so this may be invalidated. And of course, the fun thing with these triangles is you can always redraw them as you see fit. So if we do get a pullback, we expect to test about 37,000. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit overbought with MACD. It looks like it wants to bear cross and kind of head down. So ultimately, I think that we're going to have some more consolidation in store. And even if we do retest this low area here, about 37,000, and fall back in the vibe and consolidate area, I think we're still okay. I would be worried if we did in fact break $33,000. If you are scalping, good luck because this is a scalper's paradise. Grayscale went ahead and put out their update, net assets under management, holdings per share, and market price per share for our investment products. Taking a look at the list here, it doesn't look like they've added anything too drastic to their holdings. One of the things I will pay attention to, and what I want you guys to pay attention to, we talk about following the money on this show, pay attention to what Grayscale is investing in because this stuff is not going to fail. They're not going to let any product they have under management fail. So pay attention, follow the money here. Lastly, before we go, Pancakeswap, a leading DEX on Binance Chain, has risen to be one of the top players in yield farming due to its rewards mechanism and ease of use. It has increasingly gained market share over months, with 40% of market share as of May 2021. So all this is saying from Messari Crypto is that Pancakeswap is doing a lot of volume, and it has exceeded Uniswap, SushiSwap, Uniswap version 3, Uniswap version 2, Curve, 1inch Balancer, Bancor, all of these. I think it's very interesting, and it's important to note that even though we're having a little bit of issues when it comes to altcoins in crypto, especially because Bitcoin is, not super bullish right now, it's important to note a lot of people are doing volume and still trading Binance Smart Chain projects. So again, follow the money. Maybe consider taking out some risky plays over there, some degen plays, and make a lot of money. But also understand there's a lot of risk associated with it. To make sick gains, a lot of gains, you have to factor in that risk. And just because you invest in something on Pancakeswap doesn't mean it's going to do well, doesn't mean there won't be a flash loan attack, and doesn't mean it will not get rugged. Either way, I just wanted to share this with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Weekend is almost here. I will catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.